My name is Ben de KLERK. I'm the CEO of the African Chambers Association, and today in the studio we've got Maredi Sitole, the CEO of Gtmev, and Grant Tudhope, the COO, Chief Operating Officer of Gtmev. Welcome.
Thank you, Ben.
Maredi, we've spoken a bit about Africa, your focus in Africa, but where are you at this point in time, and what's really pushing you and driving you towards this project? What's your passion right now for Africa, and where are you going with this?
Well, to put it in a nutshell, when Grant and I got into this, we were actually trying to mobilize Africa in a different manner, trying to move away from the whole fossil fuel gain transport to actually trying to get people across large plains of land using a more economical way of transporting. We've entered the market with the electric bike. That's seen us move through the R&D process to a degree where we're actually launching next month on the 21 to the 23rd, as I mentioned prior. What that has done has actually given us a bigger footprint within Africa, mainly Liberia in this scenario, because of the NGO we're working with. We've partnered with the NGO to provide a solution, or provide solutions rather, in distributing their products and services in accessible villages all around Africa. As you and I know, if you've traveled Africa before, you really do know what I mean by inaccessible.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So, if you're providing e-bikes, for instance,
Yes.
to people that deliver products and services, what kind of payload can you carry on these bikes? Because I mean, how big would the payload be?
Well, currently on our R&D project, we have a payload of about 160 kilograms.
Wow.
Which is way above what the actual company really needed. What we envisage doing is maybe increasing it to about 250, and this is all without the bike, the weight of the biker actually.
Is this bike special? Because if you put 250 kilograms or 160 kilograms on a bike, and you cycle a bike, or you even on a motorbike, and you drive it, got 160 kilograms on the front, driving on the back wheel, will it not stop?
We have designed the bike in such a way that we have a two-wheel bike system. So it's an all-wheel driver bike, which then would help in rough terrains such as mud and mountainous areas and such.
So it pulls on the front wheel and on the back wheel?
Yes.
And that's how you get this weight payload through?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. It's amazing technology.
Wow, the Chinese made it.
When did you say you're launching this?
Between the 21 and the 23rd.
Of November?
Of November, yeah.
Will we be invited to come and see?
With pleasure.
Will we be able to ride the bike?
Yeah, we've actually cordoned off an area at the venue, and you'll be able to ride the bike around.
Well, I'm sure you'll invite us around to come and shoot that momentous occasion, and I think it will be fantastic to actually see what you've accomplished in such a short space of time. Your funders.
Yes.
Have you got funding sorted out, or are you going to take funders from each country, local content funders?
At the current moment, we do have a funder, but our doors are open to more funding.
To more funding in each country?
Yeah.
If there's Patrice Motsepe or someone out there that wants to fund a program in a country, you would look at a funder from local sources?
Yes, we would.
How are you going to address the issues of that President Mosisi said in Cape Town with regards to the youth employment and development in the country? There's a lot of unemployed youth there, and they want to address the issue by bringing new technologies and green energy technologies and IT-based skills into the country. How will you address that?
Well, currently with our bigger plan, so to say, we are bringing a lot of new technologies into the country, or into Africa as such. And looking at Botswana being a great player within the SADC region, mainly, we're looking to actually expand and maybe even have our home base there, as we mentioned in our previous video. But as President Masisi did say, with the development and the great development plan that they have for their youth, we will be doing a lot of skills development with their youth and teaching them new skills that currently we don't have in Africa. We have great minds in Africa, but no skills to do certain things.
That's good. Grant, when you spoke to our president last time, you said that there's quite great interest in Botswana because of the easy movement of funds.
Essentially, Botswana, the taxation, there's advantages to it, and they're really focused on the fourth industrial revolution at the moment. So, bringing that skill to Botswana, it makes it easy accessible for GTM, for Meridian, myself, to move to the Mozambiques, the Zambias, the Namibias, even Angola, South Africa, and there's such a large facet within the business that we need to establish a footprint in each and every country in Africa to obviously service the units that we're going to be putting into those countries.
Okay, so Maridi, Botswana, we said if Botswana comes knocking on your door, you'll be ready to move into Botswana. Don't go and discuss your investment opportunities for Botswana with their Department of Trade and Industry. Would you be ready to see them after your launch of your first vehicles?
Yes, definitely, immediately. I think we've come to the point where we're ready for investment, we're ready to begin, and we will luckily hit the floor running.
Okay, so are you going to take partnerships, Grant? Are you going to take partnerships in each one of the countries? What's your model basically? You're obviously going to look at Africa as a platform for you to trade in.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. What Brady and I were thinking is that we need a partner in each and every country we're going to. So to find the right partner is obviously the most difficult part, but I'm sure those countries have the right people in them, and to transfer the skill base and the knowledge from GTM's side to them to be able to either manufacture or maintain the electric vehicles in those countries, and obviously the charging stations, and there's the entire industry as a whole around it. It needs manpower and obviously local knowledge.
Each country is different, and their local content for each vehicle that's manufactured there. If you want to call it a Botswana, vehicle manufactured in Botswana, obviously there will be local content requirements. So some countries would like 30%, some 25%, and others even more. So by putting your assembly plants into each and every country, would you then address it in that way?
Absolutely, we're going to have to take it per country. Every country has its own requirements and needs, basically from outside investment and their local investment to that point. So Marita and I had a long discussion about this, and we would be willing to make it work in whichever country we are going to. The local content is important to us. A lot of it would be then imported from other countries as well, but we're going to try and keep it as local as possible. But our biggest focus would be obviously transference of skill and employing local.
Okay, so there's a lot of youth, I read, there's a lot of youth, qualified youth that can't find jobs.
Oh, absolutely.
That's basically what you're looking at, picking up and then employing, right?
Yeah. Well, with the new 4IR, many people are actually losing jobs. So we're just thinking, going back to the whole industrial side of things, where people actually can use their skills, use their hands. This will be a great step in the right direction to giving people jobs, which is somewhat scarce in Africa.
So if I understand you correctly, you're basically saying that it's not only graduates that would be able to work with your program, you'd also have a spread level of skills required in the factory, where unqualified people can also find opportunity with you and then work their way up to the top.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic. So Grant, tell us a little bit more about the mining sector.
Well, the mining sector has been close to our hearts for a while, and finding those solutions are challenging. But to overcome those challenges would mean significant changes in the profitability of the mines themselves. So our current focus is there's a lot of R&D happening, but We are looking at slowly developing the prototype as we speak. In a working model, we have partnered with a large mining concern in South Africa to test the vehicle over an extended period of time, and when the testing is done, we should be away to start production.
That's fantastic. So once again, providing solutions to the mining sector.
Absolutely.
Were you approached by the mining sector to develop the solutions?
Yes, we were.
You were. Okay. Any other solutions that you're working on?
Transport, once again, around the mining sector. Vast volumes of ore and things have to be transported, and the amount of diesel that is used at the moment is just ludicrous. These guys are turning millions and millions of rands a month just in diesel. So to cut that transport cost down, or to remove the fossil fuel element, would be a major win for the mining sector and for Gtmev.
Okay, Grant, so we spoke about the launch, obviously, and we asked whether we will be able to be present at this launch. Can we bring our crew around and come and film your launch?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it would be great. Meridian, I would really enjoy it if you guys would join us for that launch and see our progress in physical form right in front of you. And hopefully you can take the bike out for a ride and feel what it is to live in Africa.
Will it carry me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It would carry all three of us comfortably.
Grant, Meredi, thanks for spending time with us today and informing us of your progress this far. We can't wait to see the bike running and the other plans. I hope you'll expose us to a little bit more on your mining sector and your transportation systems in future. We'll be following you, and we'll be taking your hand into Africa. We'd like to follow every single country that you go to in Africa and see how this develops and how it gets the youth involved in your program.
Thanks very much, Ben. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for the opportunity, Ben.
Thank you so much. Thanks.